Well, here's a new project. This is a 2002 Jaguar X-Type. Won't start. It'll turn over, but it won't start. It was reportedly running, and then well, what happened, apparently a tree fell on it, broke the top glass. The old man quit driving it. Then he died, and it sat for a year or so, and they gave it to a junk guy. And he told me he got it running, started up, and once it got hot, it had a water leak, so he sold it to another guy. And I don't know what all he did, but it never would run. He said that he put some more gas in it and never could get it to start. Well, I put starting fluid in it, and it will run as long as you spray starting fluid, but it's just not working, and I think that the fuel pump gave up. And so I know that the fuel pump is in the tank, or in the pump is in the tank, and it's got to go here, and this back seat's got to go back and then up and get it out, and the fuel pump or the fuel tank is under there somewhere. But the car looks real good. Yeah, it's a little dirty at set, but the interior's pretty nice. I got a couple tools there. I'm going to try to get this back seat out. You got to pry it back, and then it pops up, so I can access the fuel pump. Once I can get to the fuel pump, I can see if I can get it to run or whatever, or replace it. I mean, I got to take the seat out. Well, I got the rear seat out. Went into two clips here, one on each side. I just got me a pry bar in there and got it over close to the clip, pulled up, and they popped out. This clip stayed in it, the other one stayed on the seat. But I opened this inspection cover here. I thought the tank was here. No, it's just a wire. I saw some other videos, and apparently this fuel pump is back here, and a couple guys just cut a hole in it where they could get to it. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Next thing is to take this back seat out. It looks like it's got some big Allen bolts. Probably like 4 of them. So, got to get those out, and then take out this top of the back seat. Quite a bit of work, but not as much work as taking all that trunk stuff out and getting this tank out. Alright, had some success there. What I did, I jumped a power wire to the... I checked the resistance here of the pump, and it has resistance, I don't know, 4 or 5 ohms. And I jumped a power wire to it straight off a battery. And it's pulling current, but the pump's not turning. So anyway, this was a little bit of a thing to figure out. I watched a lot of YouTubes to figure this out, but anyway, there's a little white clip thing there, and you push that in, that locks over this edge, and then this will come off. It still won't come off with the you know, that plate there in the tank, because it doesn't have enough room. So once you take the ring off, I just knocked it off with a piece of wood, and there's a seal in it. Now I gotta fool around with this, and almost got it. Anyway, I'll use both hands on this. It'll have to be juggled around a little, and I'll get that out of there. Well, a new snag for me. Man, this field don't look bad or smell bad. I can't really tell, but I've got these two lines here that are going into the tank, and I reached in there as far as I could with my arm, you know, of course, and it looks like those things are hooked up to something that's on the other side of the tank. I don't know. Doesn't really make much sense, but rather than try to mess with that, I could just replace these holes. This looks like I got a filter in the middle, and I think that siphons the gas from the other side, I believe. Anyway, I could probably get these hoses off of this pump. I don't know. Looks like this one's going down into it. Whether I can get these screws out of here. I think I can. Looks like I can. It's got 3 screws on the outside, and that apparently holds this white plastic thing on. Fuel cinders over here. Looks like a piece of it broke off. I popped it out, or oh yeah, I just I knocked it out of sync when I was trying to get it out. So anyway, I gotta, rather, if I can just replace the pump inside. It's a cylinder, you know, 1.5 inches in diameter and 3/4 inches long. Fits in that case. And it's a lot cheaper than this whole assembly, of course. So I'm going to try to take that apart. I don't know how I would take the pump out. I'm not sure what's going on here. Looks like these aluminum things are just a standoff to hold the pump in. I don't know. And the wires there for the fuel unit just unplug. I'm going to get me a little Phillips and see if I can't get this out of here. Well, I did quite a bit more work here on the Jag. I've been jumping around. I got a fan running in here and blowing all the water out. But I was able to take this bucket off of the pump. It looks like it's got some dirt in it, but it's used as torque screws. There were 3 of them here on the top, and I was able to take the pump out of this bracket. I took the pump inside, had these, yeah, you know, a clamping things, so I had to cut them off. But I got it out and I think it's all okay. I didn't really bend anything too bad. I can smell a lot of fuel in it. It's set here for a couple days with the doors closed. But I got a fuel pump ordered. I'll show you that other fuel pump. I took it apart, tried to see what was wrong with it, but I couldn't. Well, here's the fuel pump. This goes through the body, and then it here's the caps to it, and it had a little plastic vein here. Actually, it's set like this. It had a little plastic vein that sit on there, which was the pump itself, and then this went on it, but the motor wasn't turning at all. So I just wanted to see what was wrong with it, so I took a cut-off tool to it, opened it up, and I was able to get it apart. I knew this was bad, but it's sure trash now. I ordered some, supposed to be super epoxy, but it was so old it just got lumps in it. It will harden up, but waste of money actually. But anyway, that's what the little pump itself looks like. I ordered another one off eBay. It was like 20 bucks or something. So when that comes, I'll have to put it all together. And this little hose goes on it in that box, and I'll put a little couple hose clamps on it. I think I'll be good to go there. Well, I'm continuing with this fuel pump. I had to take like a little router bit and open this rubber up. It wouldn't fit. It was 2 or 3 millimeters all the way around, too small. This thing is a filter, and it goes on the bottom of the pump. The round part there would fit, but the pin that was holding it was a little too far over towards it, so it wouldn't go on. Anyway, I took a drill bit, opened that up, and I took the whole thing out. Got it here where I could hammer and pound on it, but I got that this first filter here, that's all pretty solid, and I got all the rubbers back where they're supposed to go. Now I need to put it back in the canister. Well, there it is, back together. I had some fun with that. Turned out that there's a rubber. I was trying to put it inside the case. I figured it would squish it together, but it don't go there. It goes out here on the outside on top. Everything went together real well once I got that done. Now I have to cut my power wires and adapt a new one. And I cut one of the fuel lines on that right hand inlet there. I just split it so I could get it off. I should have done that right off the bat, so I wouldn't have been trying to work on it in the car. But it's all went back together good, and I've got my fuel sender and everything. I need to hook it back up, make sure it's right, and put the wires in it, and I should be able to put it back in and test it.